Okay, we are done with 18 miles. What I did today is I went out and back, so I did 10 miles out, 8 miles back, and then once I got, done with the 18 miles, I still had a 2-mile walk just to kind of make it a hybrid version. It was like 18 miles running, but 20 miles total on my feet. And I felt okay. I was starting to get a little tired by the 18 miles, so it was probably a good idea to plan out these big steps, from 14, 18 back up now to 20, just because we had, some time off that I wasn't really running. So we're done with those 18 miles. Gonna get home now, and we will talk about Tracksmith some more. And is it really worth it? How do I like it? What is the quality like? And is it something that you should be able to buy for yourself and put in your closet and in your rotation for your running gear? So let's go home and talk about that now.
So before we dive into Tracksmith, some other fun gear arrived. I've got a t-shirt for the 50th New York City Marathon that came in the mail yesterday. So we've got that t-shirt, and then we also have a 50th New York City Marathon jacket that arrived. So, it's just the TCS New York City Marathon logo, and it's got some gold and white and black, so it's kind of a cool jacket. Just excited that those came in, but I will put those away until after we actually run the New York City Marathon. With that out of the way, we do have a few items from Tracksmith. I think I have a total of, 5 or 6 articles of clothing from Tracksmith, all running gear. So before I show you each actual, piece and what I use it for, and how I like it, how I feel about it, let me just jump in really quick to the Tracksmith website for anyone who doesn't know what it is all about, kind of what they sell, and why I'm talking about it, because I do think it is a little bit expensive in some cases, but there are also some things that I bought that I think aren't such a bad deal, and like I said, we'll talk about if I think it's worth it or not as we go forward. Okay, so what we have here, we're on the website now, and you'll see that I'm just in the men's section, and we start off with some jackets and outerwear, and you can see what I mean about the pricing. So, this is just an overshirt for almost $200, a light jacket, a light fleece, over $100, $150 more or less. So, this is kind of what I'm talking about. There are things that are just very expensive for what you're getting, in my opinion. And then there's some other things, like I have this Van Cortlandt singlet, and I have a couple of pairs of shorts. They also have a lot of things for the marathon majors, specific, colorways, and obviously, New York City, Chicago, different logos like that. So that's kind of cool if you're running as well. But you'll see that the prices for most of the running gear maybe is around $70, $50, $60, $70 for a top. And you can see bottoms down here. Some of the most popular, I think, are probably the session shorts, which are a pair of 5-inch shorts that I have here. And you can see they're almost $70. Again, a 7-inch pair that I also have for around $70. And then Reggie half tights. I believe I have the unlined ones here. So again, over $70 I paid for those, racing tights or, quarter length tights, whatever you want to call them. They call them the Reggie half tights. And then they also do have some shorter shorts and things like that, but me being someone with bigger thighs, I don't have those. It never worked for me to have those short racing shorts. My thighs would rub together, and even though I use body butter, things like that, body glide, it just doesn't work for me and my body type. But I think these are still popular. A lot of people do wear the split shorts or some of the other shorter shorts, so just keep that in mind if that's something that you prefer. It's made out of the same material that I'll talk about, but just different looks and different styles, if that interests you. So with that out of the way, just kind of a summary so you can see the website. I'll put a link in the description. I'm not being paid or anything by Tracksmith, but if you do want to see the website and you're not familiar with it, I'll put it in the description below. So let's jump right in. I have a pair of, we said, the Reggie half tights. This one is a pair of black, and I also have a pair in kind of a reddish color here. They're very soft, and that's kind of universal across any of the Tracksmith items. I have both the half tights and the session shorts. They're extremely soft, and they talk all about the material on the website. They're made of a nylon and elastane if you go on their website and look at the material, but they're very specific about their special Italian blend of fabrics. And I have to say, they are extremely soft, extremely comfortable. They do wick moisture away very well, as opposed to like other, tech shirts or things you might find at a race or other cheap stuff from like Nike, New Balance, Adidas. Yes, they have higher end gear that is more expensive, if even so, than this. But in general, some of that cheaper tech gear, it holds a lot of sweat, even though it says it's moisture wicking. These, you can really feel if you wring it out, it almost feels, it's still wet, but it's not that heavy, sticky water feeling. And I'll talk about that with the top as well, because one of the things about, let's see, I have it here, the Cortland singlet, is they say it's not meant to stick to you. It's designed to really, again, pull water away off your body. And I think it does a really good job at that. I can, stop if it's a really hot day and actually wring it out and put it back on. And it truly doesn't stick to you. It doesn't have that, feeling that the fabric is right on your body, connected to you all the way while you're running. So it does a really good job with that. And I have to say, read more about it on their website. But specifically, their Italian specialty knit fabric, it really works. And it's a very comfortable, nice singlet to have, very nice half tights to have. I'm actually torn between if I'm going to wear the half tights or my session 7-inch shorts for the New York City Marathon. I haven't decided yet. The biggest downside to each of them, and really everything as far as bottoms go that I have from Tracksmith, is they just don't have a lot of pockets. They do usually have one little pocket on the back that I can put in like keys while I'm running, or I don't know. I mean, pretty much not even my phone will fit back here. So you'll see there's one little zipper, and there's just this tiny little pocket. And this is as deep as my finger goes. And, I have an iPhone 11 here as an example, and it's so much bigger than the pocket would even allow for you to get anything inside. The width is too small. I don't even know if the width of the phone could sit low enough in the pocket. So it's unfortunately a little bit small. I probably will have to come up with a different option for gels, but these are the Session 5-inch shorts that I have 2 pairs of. And then I also have a pair of 7-inch shorts, which I think are my go-to. And that kind of ties into the sizing. Everything from Tracksmith is a little bit smaller, runs small, runs tighter. It's built more for like that elite running body that you might picture with like thinner legs, thinner arms, very thin body and midsection. I have a bigger chest, wider shoulders, big thighs. So I find that if I go up to the 7-inch shorts for the session shorts, they fit me just better, probably more like a 5-inch short for anyone else. I do get the extra large for my size, so just runs a little bit slimmer, but still, I love them. I mean, there's nothing wrong with the sizing for me. I just need to make sure I go at the long enough length and size up enough to, get the fit that I want. You can see kind of in the beginning of the video, I put sort of how it fits on me. Those again are the Session 7-inch shorts. I'm very happy with everything as far as how it works, how it, performs. And I'm just torn between the tights and the Session shorts for what I'm going to wear for New York City. So with that, again, I just wanted to put that out there. I have a lot of stuff, relatively from Tracksmith that I just wanted to share my opinion on it, and hopefully that maybe helps someone who is on the fence about buying it, because again, it is more expensive. Personally, I would not purchase for full price those jackets that are $250. I don't think those are going to be much better than anything else. Honestly, they have kind of a club in Boston where they were founded, and you can actually get a membership to like hang out at the clubhouse. Maybe that's where you'd see somebody buying that kind of gear, wanting to be in the club and hang out and wear everything. But as far as performance goes, I still think they deserve a lot of credit for what they've created. Go with some of the $60, $70, $80 shorts, the tanks, and I'm sure, tech t-shirt, things like that would be really good from Tracksmith as well. I highly recommend it. If you can spend a little bit extra and get that kind of gear. I think this stuff, for me, some of these shorts I have already been over a year old. Some of them I've purchased within the year, but all of it is still in great condition. It's not wearing out. I'm just washing it in cold machine wash, everything. It goes in the dryer on low heat, and I, have no issues. So I do highly recommend Tracksmith gear. It will last you a long time, even though it's a little bit more expensive. Today's Megan and my anniversary, so we're just out here waiting for dinner, and hopefully we can eat soon because it's pretty warm today. But yeah, so we're just celebrating.
Want you to be mine, and I want you to be mine.